Time is now 7:05. I'm calling to order and reconvening to open session the regular Board of Education meeting for Indian Prairie School District 204 on Tuesday, October 9th, 2018. Jackie, will you please call the roll?
Ms. Peel? Here. Mr. Karubas?
Here.
Mr. Rasak?
Here.
Ms. Deming?
Here.
Mr. Rising?
Here.
Ms. Donahue?
Here.
We do have a quorum. Mark, I'm going to ask you to lead the pledge again.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We now have, I think, just one board salute. Susan?
2019 National Hispanic Program Scholars. The College Board's National Hispanic Recognition Program identifies academically outstanding high school students each year. The board salutes 8 District 204 high school seniors who were selected for this honor. This year's scholars are Diego Zuniga, Marisol Cabrera from Wabaundi Valley, Emily and Ambushong, Caitlin D'Souza, Kyle Domingos, Sophia Medina, Isabella Zardini from Neuqua Valley, and Cameron Velasquez from Matia Valley. We congratulate these students for their outstanding achievement.
Thank you so much. It's now time for our student representative report. Today we have Joe Balmuri from Matia Valley High School. Hi, Joe.
Welcome.
Hello.
Good evening. My name is Joe Balmuri, and I'm the student representative for Matia Valley. I'm very excited to be here tonight. We kicked off homecoming week last week with the color scavenger hunt last Tuesday, followed by Chalk the Walk and Powder Puff playoffs on Thursday, and our homecoming football game against Naperville North last Friday. We finished off our busy week with a glamorous gala on Saturday, October 6th. Our student government branch, Dumar Matia Valley, will be hosting a Latino Heritage Month event this Thursday, October 11th, with prominent speakers including Univision anchor and journalist Enrique Rodriguez, Chief Innovation Officer for the City of Aurora, Dr. Adrian Holloway, and Aurora Police Officer Ronaldo Rivera. Matia will be hosting a Day of Life on Friday, October 19th, to bring together students from all segments of the student population and to encourage them to create a positive school climate. Nearly 270 students will listen to speakers, participate in group activities, and focus on communication, problem solving, and team building. I'd now like to recognize some great people from Matia. Matia's athletics department recently hosted a Gold Out Week to raise money and awareness for pediatric cancer. The Stampede, our student-run news magazine, was selected as a 2018 Pacemaker finalist by the National Scholastic Press Association in September. It was one out of only 61 high school papers selected. I'm very happy to say that Matia continues to excel academically, as we had 7 National Merit semifinalists out of our senior class. I'd also like to recognize the boys golf team for having 6 qualifiers for the IHSA sectional meet held yesterday, including 4 freshmen. The qualifiers include Scott Boyajan, Scott Madland, Eli Oakes, Arjun Vyas, Johnny Kearns, and Aman Shah. Congratulations. That's all I have for the October board report. Thank you, and until next time, go Mustangs.
Thank you.
We now move to our superintendent report and consent agenda. We always start with our superintendent.
Okay, we want to start out by starting the meeting by thanking the 200 parents and community members who attended our World Cafe event at the end of September. The Parent Diversity Advisory Council's World Cafe is an opportunity to create a welcoming space of dialogue among staff, families, and community members on the topics of educational equity and diversity. The program highlights include discussion of those important topics, and they award the PDEX Equity Champions at this event. So this year's theme is how can parents work with schools to be effective partners, and we look forward to continuing that collaboration with PDEC. We are gearing up for our Team IPF in the Naperville 5K and Half Marathon and the Kids Marathon later this month. We have a total of 868 runners between both races, with 348 of our students running in the Kids Marathon, and 520 runners or walkers, right, Lori?
Yeah.
Right, Jackie? Walkers? For the Naperville 5K and Half Marathon. In both the Kids Marathon and the 5K and Half Marathon, Team IPEF runners make up over 61% of the charity runners in both events. So we have great participation. So it's amazing to have every school and our STEPS program represented, and you still have until October 15th to make donations to our runners in their quest to raise dollars for IPEF and our schools. And finally, this is Principal Appreciation Month in Illinois, and it's our opportunity to publicly recognize the work, commitment, and importance of principals and assistant principals in our schools. We will be asking the board to approve a resolution saluting our principals later in the agenda tonight. Great building leadership is second only to the quality of the classroom teacher in terms of increasing academic achievement. Leadership certainly matters, and principals and assistant principals are really critical to our district's success. So we thank them for the amazing work that they do. That's my report.
Thank you. Consent agenda. I need a motion that the Board of Education approve consent agenda items D through F.
I'll make a motion that the Board of Education approve consent agenda items D through F as presented.
Do I have a second?
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Jackie, please call the roll.
Mr. Rising,
Aye.
Ms. Donahue,
Aye.
Ms. Gill,
Aye.
Mr. Carubus,
Yes.
Mr. Rasak,
Aye.
Ms. Deming,
Aye.
Motion passes. We do not have anyone signed up for public comment today. I know our meeting is going to be very short today. We thank the administration since there's other board work that needs to be done, so that's appreciated. We now move to our action items, which is the approval of resolution recognizing October 2018 as National Principals Month. Do I have a motion?
So I move that the Board of Education approve the resolution recognizing October 2018 as National Principals Month as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I have some. I want to read this, what the resolution will say. It says, whereas the Illinois Principals Association has declared the month of October 2018 as National Principals Month in coordination with the efforts of the National Association of Elementary School Principals, the American Federation of School Administrators, and the National Association of Secondary School Principals, working with the U.S. Congress to designate National Principals Month and resolutions thereof, whereas the vision, dedication, and determination of a principal provides the mobilizing force behind any school reform effort, whereas principals are expected to be educational visionaries, instructional leaders, assessment experts, disciplinarians, community builders, public relation experts, budget analysts, facility managers, special program administrators, and guardians of various legal, contractual, and policy mandates and initiatives, as well as being entrusted with the education and development of young people, the most valuable resource. Whereas principals will play a vital role in the successful implementation of Every Student Succeeds Act, whereas principals set academic tone for their schools and work collaboratively with teachers to develop and maintain high curriculum standards, develop mission statements, and set performance goals and objectives for schools to achieve educational excellence. Whereas the Indian Prairie School District 204 honors such exemplary elementary and middle level public, private, and independent school leaders committed to serving students from pre-kindergarten to grade 8 in their profession. Whereas the Indian Prairie Community School District recognizes outstanding middle level and high school principals who have succeeded in providing high quality learning opportunities for students. Whereas to honor and recognize the contribution of all school principals and assistant principals at all grade levels to the successes of students in Illinois elementary and secondary schools, and to encourage residents of Illinois to observe National Principals Month with appropriate ceremonies and activities that promote awareness of school leadership's role in ensuring that every child has access to a high-quality education, almost there, be it resolved, in honor of the service of all elementary, middle level, and high school principals, and to recognize the importance of their school leadership so that every child has access to high-quality education, and to celebrate school leader accomplishments. The month of October 2018 is hereby designated in Illinois to be National Principals Month. And my aside is, in the olden days, I was a principal. And I can attest to that job description. And somewhere during the course of my, 18 or so years of being an assistant principal or principal, I did at least that once in my career. I also know that for many of our people, it's like a mission of love and stewardship. And sometimes that mission takes away from your family, and sometimes it takes away from their personal life. And so we just want to thank them for the work they do for all the kids in our community. I don't know if anyone else wants to say anything. So, Jackie, you need to call the roll.
Ms. Donahue?
Aye.
Ms. Peel?
Aye.
Mr. Rising?
Yes.
Mr. Karubas?
Yes.
Ms. Deming?
Aye.
Mr. Rasak?
Aye. Motion passes. This meeting's going so fast, my computer can't keep up. So I'm gonna do my best here. The action item that's now considered is that by Illinois law, every time we send Board of Education members to a conference, we need to approve their expenses and estimated travel expenses in a public meeting. The National School Board Association is having an upcoming meeting in Philadelphia. Two of our members, Susan Deming and Lori Donahue, have expressed interest to go. So as a board, we need to approve their estimated travel expenses. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that the Board of Education approve the Board of Education National School Board Association 2019 Annual Conference estimated travel expenses as presented.
Do we have a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Pardon me? I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Jackie, call the roll, please.
Ms. Peel?
Aye.
Mr. Rising?
Aye.
Mr. Rasak?
Aye.
Mr. Karubas?
Yes.
Ms. Deming?
Aye.
Ms. Donahue?
Aye.
Motion passes. We now move to our discussion portion of the meeting. Mark, do you want to mention anything about the resolution?
Yeah, just a reminder, and I will email you guys tomorrow, because I know we have some board work to do tonight in executive session, but I will remind you to review the resolutions again and get me questions hopefully by this Friday if you can. That way it'll give me a week to look into those, to get answers. On our October 22nd meeting, we will have discussion. And then on our November 12th meeting, we will vote on those resolutions for me or whoever we decide the representative is for the delegate assembly at the Illinois Association of School Board Conference on November 17th. That will vote based on how we support those resolutions. I'll send that in an email again, because I think the last email I did not include the November 12th date, so.
I think we already appointed you.
Oh,
think
did
you're
we?
appointed.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you're in. Yeah.
All right, this one will be an interesting one. You might want to sit in the gallery for this one.
I don't think they let us sit. They only let the delegate in.
No, you can sit and there's the delegates get to, yeah, but there is a galley.
Anybody else have a report? I just have one, and some of us have been able to attend Portrait of a Graduate that is being conducted by Battelle for Kids. The leader of the work is Michael Nicholson. We've had 2 meetings up until this time. And it's a group of community members that were selected in this case. But it is one impressive group of people. We have university presidents. We have heads of Chamber of Commerce of most of our cities that we represent. We have teachers, we have parents, we have students who are trying to develop what a graduate should look like, what characteristics they should possess when they graduate high school from District 204. So I encourage board members to participate. The information that comes out from this group, I'm certain is going to be shared with the board and shared in public. It's very, very interesting work with very diverse opinions. So it's a great example in my mind of another form of community engagement. We did engage 204, but I see this as being very effective and giving us good information.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, I know there was some upcoming dates. I was just trying to search for those two.
October 29th is the next one.
Okay,
November
13th.
13th.
okay. Because I was at the first one, but I didn't make the second one. Okay, thanks.
And they are held here?
Right here.
Okay. 7 p.m.?
And Lend had their meeting. We did send documents to you, so if you have not seen them, they should be there. So take a look at them.
Oh, no, I find it.
That's all I have. Anyone else? I'm sorry, no, but after I adjourn the meeting, you can come to me and ask me a question if you'd like. Okay.
I'm sorry, this is my first meeting.
Sure, that's fine.
I was told that I can come in and speak about any issue that I had.
Okay,
any questions that I had.
Sure, I will help you for the next meeting. There's like a process and a procedure that occurs, and you're welcome to do that, but we need to follow the process and procedure. So we will have somebody help you with that because we want to hear from you.
Okay.
Thank you. With that, I need a motion to reconvene into executive session, and we just, no, the last one, please.
Okay. I will make a motion to reconvene into executive session for the selection of a person to fill a public office as defined in the Open Meetings Act, including a vacancy in a public office when the public body is given power to appoint under law or ordinance, or the discipline, performance, or removal of the occupant of the public office when the public body is given power to remove the occupant under law or ordinance.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Jackie, call the roll. I don't know if we need to, but let's do it.
Mr. Rising?
Aye.
Ms. Peel?
Aye.
Ms. Deming?
Aye.
Mr. Karubas?
Yes.
Ms. Donahue?
Aye.
Mr. Rasak?
Aye, motion passes. We can now reconvene into executive session.